What's up, beautiful people? Matthew Spangler from the Meditation Effect in the house. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you a powerful and practical mindfulness technique that you're going to come to understand and then begin to practice. And it's going to be super powerful in how you go about your day-to-day life. So come check it out. All right, let's get to it. So this mindfulness technique is going to be your three-legged tripod. The three legs of this tripod are notice, shift, and become. So as life is happening, you can begin to be in the practice of noticing, bringing consciousness to that which is already here in this space. So as I kind of relax into myself, or you could say kind of zoom out a bit, I relax my focus on the outside world or an outside object, and I kind of open up my frame, I expand my awareness, and I begin to just notice what's present. I notice the thoughts I'm thinking, I notice the feelings I'm feeling, I notice body sensations. I begin to check in with myself about how I'm feeling in relationship to what I'm doing and how I'm showing up in the world. So noticing is the heart of mindfulness. Awareness is the fundamental precursor to changing and shifting anything about ourselves. So that first step is noticing, becoming present to what's here. And within this noticing, a deciphering or a distinction, an intelligence starts to flow through. There's this sense that what I'm experiencing is feeling in alignment or out of alignment to me in varying degrees. So, for example, I was working on my computer this afternoon, and after a few hours of working on my computer, this sensation and this feeling of stagnation and even starting to feel like frustration started to come up in my consciousness. So in utilizing this tripod, I begin to notice how I'm feeling, and with that noticing comes the permission to feel. So I'm noticing, I'm feeling, and I'm creating space for what's here. And now here comes the second leg of the tripod. I have an opportunity to shift into a more resonant, more desired experience based on the feedback I was getting from the first leg, from the first step. So that noticing is rich with information and feedback. How you're feeling moment to moment in relationship to what you're doing, what you're eating, who you're spending time with, what you're focusing on. All of those things, all of those elements feel a certain way, and all of that is rich with feedback. So in my opportunity to utilize that feedback, I can shift into a more desired state or more desired experience. So from that noticing comes the wherewithal and the freedom to shift such that my new experience feels more in alignment and more sensitive to what's actually needed in this moment. So second leg is the shifting, and the third leg is the becoming. This is where we manifest the intention of our shift. It's where we embody the frequency that we desire. So in my case, I was starting to feel groggy and a little frustrated. I noticed that, and in that moment of noticing an opportunity to shift, I chose to put down the computer, I got a snack, I did a breathwork exercise, I took time away from screens for a little while, I took a shower, now I'm making this video. So I dove into these other activities. I became the breathwork. I was present while I was eating, I was present in the shower, and my whole state started to shift as a result. So first is the noticing, second is the consciously shifting, and third is the becoming of, or the embodiment of. Now I do want to make a note that sometimes we're shifting the activity or the environment, and sometimes We're just shifting the way in which we're seeing the same thing. It depends on what the moment's calling for. So if you're at a family function and you've committed to remain at that function for the entire night, let's say, in that case you would have an opportunity to notice and shift and become a new way of seeing that same event, a new attitude, a new thought process, a new belief. Maybe you change the way in which you're seeing some of your family members and you start to become that new frequency, perhaps from judgment to love, for example, and then you start to have a completely different experience. So in some cases you are changing the environment or the activity, and in other cases it's an internal shift in your thought, perspective, or belief. So as you're going through your life, implement these 3 aspects of mindfulness, which is noticing, shifting into your desired experience, and then becoming your desired experience, fully giving yourself to that new belief, that new perspective, or that new activity. There's so much freedom and elasticity in consciousness, and this is a beautiful way to play with that. So awesome. I hope this was of value to you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon.